Hello everyone, Immortal here. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to learn how to gather email addresses for a specific company or domain and why this information is extremely valuable during information gathering. One thing you should always remember is that people are the weakest link in security. If an attacker manages to send a malicious file to someone working inside a company and that person runs it, access is gained. Emails are also commonly used in brute force attacks, phishing campaigns, and even as usernames during login attempts. There are many ways this information can be useful, but for now, we will focus on how to collect it. Since email addresses are usually public information, we can safely test this on any domain we want. In this video, we will look at two different methods. The first one is a tool called theHarvester, which comes pre-installed in Kali Linux. The second option is a website called hunter.io. Let's start with theHarvester. Open your terminal and simply type theHarvester with a capital H, then press enter. This will display the tool banner along with a basic help menu. Because we ran the tool without any arguments, it shows an error telling us that a domain is required. Before running a scan, let us view the full help menu so we can understand all available options. The most important option here is -D, which is used to specify the company or domain name we want to search. Another useful option is -L, which defines the result limit and is set to 500 by default. However, the most important option for us is -B, which allows us to choose the data source. With -B, we can search specific platforms like Google, Bing, Twitter, or LinkedIn, or we can simply choose all to search across every available source. Now, let us run a scan. First, clear the screen. Then type theHarvester -D followed by the domain name. For this demonstration, I am using a university domain, but you can use any website you want. Next, add -B all to search across all sources. We will leave the limit option unchanged, so it defaults to 500 results. Once we press enter, the tool begins gathering information. It searches for host names, usernames, and email addresses. You will notice the result counter increasing until it reaches the limit. In some cases, you may start seeing users and job roles appear even before the scan finishes. After the scan completes, we can review the output. In this case, theHarvester searched multiple platforms but did not return any email addresses. This is something you should be aware of. From experience, theHarvester does not always produce consistent results. Some days it works extremely well and finds many emails, while other days it finds nothing at all, even when scanning the same domain. That is why it is always a good idea to run the scan multiple times, try different sources, or repeat the scan later or even the next day. Sometimes simply changing the data source from all to Google can produce different results. If theHarvester does not give us what we want, that brings us to our second option, hunter.io. Open Firefox and go to hunter.io. On the homepage, you will see a search bar where you can enter a company domain and click Find Email Addresses. You can search without creating an account, but it will only show the first 5 results and they will be blurred. Even then, the website still tells you how many total emails it discovered for that domain. Once you create a free account and sign in, you get a limited number of searches per month. The emails you see will no longer be blurred, although you will not get all available results. When we search the same domain again, we now get visible email addresses along with names, job roles, and the email pattern used by the company. We can also filter results by departments and see which sources were used to discover each email. Hunter.io usually returns more consistent results compared to theHarvester, but many emails remain locked behind the paid version. Whether you choose to upgrade or not is completely up to you. What matters is that in this video, you learn 2 effective ways to gather email addresses from a target domain. I strongly encourage you to try theHarvester again at different times, because when it works, it can deliver excellent results. In the next video, we will install additional tools that we will need for deeper information gathering. Until then, stay curious, stay ethical, and I will see you in the next one.